All right, here we go. Welcome back, everybody. We just had to get, well, I guess I didn't get a top off the tank a little bit, so I'll do that right now, but we had to
Fantastic.
take a pause. So welcome back, everybody, for section part two.
Part deux, as it were.
Part two. Boy, this wild turkey's good. I've always loved wild turkey, man.
It's
Always.
not bad.
I've always,
Not bad.
it's so good. Always loved it. Always loved it neat. So anyway, yeah, that's pro wrestling, and good for you. So we have this Disney Plus, and just to recap, there's a lot of cool old movies on there. Disney movies, all the Marvel movies, and just all that. So Tron's on there, and you can just take a walk through memory lane. So it's really good.
I remember when I was growing up, I had the privilege of growing up in Southern California, and I was able to go because my parents were able to afford it, I guess, to Disneyland quite a bit, and they had a Tron ride there.
Awesome.
And it wasn't anything great. It wasn't like it moved fast or anything, but you took a tram through this tunnel, and they put scenes of Tron up in on the all around the tunnel. You kind of went through in this, I don't know, tunnel, and you'd ride through, and at one point you felt like you were in the light bikes and going up against those giant, I don't know, they were kind of like this, or they kind
Yeah.
of floated through the air. And,
Yeah, like a little bracket looking thing, and
yeah.
yeah.
So you went up against those, and you just kind of squirted away from them. But it wasn't a very long ride. It was kind of one of those rides where you've been walking all day and you want to take a break. So you go sit on this one. But I remember it fondly, but they took it out.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it's past its prime and all that.
Right.
But
kids nowadays are Tron who?
yeah, they go with Tron. Like
Yeah,
they just don't know.
Just stop.
They don't know. Yeah, no kidding. So what else is going on, Mike? What else do you want to talk about?
Well, I've been trying to think, what's the first thing that you want to do after the quarantine is over?
That's a really good question. I think the first thing that I would like to do is actually go out to eat and sit in the restaurant again.
What restaurant is your first choice?
I would have to say Taco Bell.
Taco Bell?
The drive-through is still open, but it's just not the same.
Right.
But there's a plenty of restaurants around here that deserve a good shot of our business like we used to do before. But yeah, I think that's what I would like to do. What about yourself?
I am in total agreement. I think I want to go out to eat. I don't really care where, but I do want it to be somewhere. I don't know, somewhere not necessarily expensive, but somewhere that you can't have. Like right now, you can have Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, all
True.
that. And I think that you can go pretty much anywhere. But like Five Guys would be hard to go to.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to the Northern Tap House right now.
Right.
I'm sure you can get it to go, but it's just not the same. You
It's
can't
not
get
the
a
same.
flight of beers to go.
Right.
I've asked.
Asking for a friend.
Just asking. Can I get that, 5 beers to go, please? They frown on that. So I think I would like to go somewhere that we can't normally go to, wherever that may be.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
And like everybody else, I mean, again, I have the luxury of going to work, which is not something that you would hear me say is a luxury very often. But everybody around here's going. I mean, we're all going stir crazy. I mean, even just the time that I have off now, and I can't go anywhere. I'm a social person. I'm a social butterfly. I need to flit about. Jake and I are in a band.
Yeah.
And I miss going to band practice.
Yeah, I do too.
Doing it through Zoom, or I guess they tried a couple weeks ago, and it was just an epic fail. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. But I miss going to band practice.
Yeah.
I miss I miss just going out and hanging
Yeah,
out and having people over. I've
yeah,
told people that I know that uh, I live to entertain. I'm happy at home, but I live to entertain. I
yeah,
love making people laugh,
yeah,
and I just can't. I don't have that outlet right now. Even
yeah.
at work, people are like, "All right, I've heard those jokes already. You're not funny." But yeah, the people that know me, where I can actually be myself, because you can't
Hmm.
be yourself at work. Um, I miss entertaining. I miss making my friends laugh.
Yeah. I miss going to your house because going to your house is always awesome because you make people feel at home and welcome and relaxed. And like, let's say, my wife and your wife, they go to their book club, and that gives you and I an excuse
It's
or a
about
reason.
Ben's Club. I didn't say that.
We get to go to your place and have pizza, Taco Bell, whatever, have
Hmm.
a few beers, and just kind of let off some steam and just relax and talk and bullshit and I miss that. I miss that outlet. Plus, I miss saying, hey, I got to drop this off at Mike's house, or hey, man, I got this that I need to drop off or pick up or
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm. Hmm.
And while I'm here, can I just bop over, just to give you heads up, or all that. So that is what I really do miss.
I, I
And just
think
going out.
pretty soon, I think I'm going to go over to your house with a boombox over my head, and I'm just going to start playing some music, you know, circa John Cusack.
Yeah. Say anything.
Say anything. Uh, it's just it's brutal. And you know
Yeah,
what?
it's tough.
I got to be 100% honest. Uh, I didn't think that this was as serious as it was. I was one of those guys that was, and we talked about that, you and I, when we went to
Sure.
Five Guys not too long ago.
Sure.
I said people are making more out of this than it really is, and this isn't as big a deal as everybody's making it out to be. But it truly is. It's very contagious.
Yeah.
I don't know if, I mean, obviously people are dying, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
But there's more people that are surviving. More people are recovering than are dying, and I think that's an important statistic that we overlook,
Hmm.
and I think the media overlooks it as well. But I'll be the first to say that I didn't think that this was as big a deal as it really is, and I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And then as time goes on and you're watching the briefings from the president and the doctors on there, and then you kind of look at the statistics, it is quite a big deal. And I think the local school district did the right thing about
Mhm.
no more school for the rest of the year. I think the stay-at-home order, I think, was the right thing to do that our governor said. I think he did it a few days, if not a little bit before a lot of other states did. So I commend him on that. Um, yeah, it is a big deal. And, I have elderly parents. My wife
Mhm.
has elderly parents. They're not medically fragile, for lack of a better term. I know there's a lot of people that are, but they are more likely, if they do get sick, they are more likely to have a lot of worse complications or more of a tough time to heal and to kick it.
Right.
So, that's always been another outlet that we never had is, buzzing over to my folks' house to drop off some things or to
Right.
hang out or to visit or just to check up on them that, we normally did in person. And now we just kind of do the whole texting thing and the Zoom thing. And, we still do it daily just to check up on them. But you're right, though. It's that human contact of
Yeah.
actually in person that is tough. And especially with my folks, my old man especially, he's just like you, very jovial, outgoing, a people person. He likes to have people over, ask you questions, see how everybody's going, grandkids, all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, the isolation, I think, is a tough thing for a lot of people,
Yeah.
and the people, and they're already pseudo isolated already, but this just kind of even more solidifies it, where we don't even go into their house,
Right.
just to
No.
prevent any possible whatever. So yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last. 2 weeks
Well,
for sure, and then we'll see what
right.
happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is kind of a new reality for a while. So um, we just do whatever we can to stay connected and stay healthy and stay active. And and just be aware of your surroundings.
Right. Uh, you know, there has been some positives from, I mean, not too many, but my son, my oldest, he was actually playing with the other three.
What?
Yeah, out in the front yard. They were playing catch with the football. We've done that 3 or 4 different times now, and he's he's had fun. I've seen him smile. Um, Now, granted, he's going nuts, you know,
Yeah,
and they all are.
yeah,
They all want to go see their friends and that, and
yeah, yeah.
some of them, their friends have been getting together,
Hmm.
and so my kids feel like they're being left out, and there have been some hurt feelings over that. And I said, well, you
Yeah,
know, you can't, you just
yeah,
can't. Just because they're getting together doesn't mean that you guys should get together. I'm
yeah,
not allowing you to do it, and so we've had some growing pains with that as well.
yeah.
Um, my mom has said that she's going to make masks for everybody. I guess the CDC has now said that everybody should wear a mask when they go
Hmm.
outside,
Hmm.
which I don't know. I've been wrong, obviously, on this before, but everything that I've heard said that the masks don't do anything because they're not meshed small enough to stop this virus. But I guess it can't hurt.
Right.
So
Yeah.
um, I guess we'll be making. I mean, there's a bunch. I went to the grocery store today, and there was a bunch of people wearing masks. So maybe
Hmm.
that is the right thing to do. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It doesn't hurt. And if it helps just one person, I think it's worth it. Or if
Sure.
it, it's to protect others and not yourself. Hey, I'm all for it. Whatever, you need to do. So you went to the grocery store today?
Yeah, I had to go grocery shopping. You know how we go grocery shopping once a week
Yeah.
for the week's food. Um, and we needed something for tonight's meal, and I want to get back on tonight's meal briefly, but um, yeah, I went to the grocery store and there was nobody there. I mean, well, there were people there, but
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
it was for a Sunday afternoon. It was like going to the grocery store during a Packer game.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, there was very few people. There was like a bunch of Viking fans like myself going to the grocery store during a Packer game. We don't care, so we can go. Uh, whereas the rest of Wisconsin actually has their head on straight. The poor Vikings. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, we had for supper tonight. I got it. I got really ambitious, and I made homemade onion rings, bagged fried, and deep fried them and frozen fries. I mean, I didn't do the fries, but we deep fried them, and I made half-pound burgers.
Mm,
Oh, I'm telling you,
dang.
David actually cooked. I'm sorry, my oldest actually cooked the burgers. Beep on that name there. But my oldest actually cooked the burgers, and he did a very good job on it. Uh, but the we had all the lettuce or we didn't have lettuce, but we had onions and tomatoes and red onions and pickles, and we always have all the condiments that you could ever want. And then we had these homemade onion rings and French fries. Boy, I'm stuffed.
So when you had the onion rings, did you do a batter as
I
well?
did. I
You
did.
made
I
like a
did.
homemade batter or like a dip or something?
Yep. I found a batter online that I. Yeah, all these batters were calling for breadcrumbs, and I really didn't want to put breadcrumbs in it. Um, but all these, I found one that didn't have breadcrumbs, and boy, were they good. It was a beer batter, so it was just flour, some spices, and beer. Which can't go wrong with beer batter,
You had me at beer.
right? And it called for an IPA, but I'm not an IPA guy. I
Right.
just don't like the flavor of it. So I threw in some beer that we have um, for when my father-in-law comes around, and threw that in there. Boy, it was good. They were delicious. Uh, I actually had to tell people to stop eating them because we hadn't. I mean, I was still cooking them. Stop eating them. They're not good. They're for supper. Stop it. Um, I'm not a chef or a good cook by any means, but I've been trying to do more outside the box. Different things that I think look good, and I'll try them. So, but yeah, the onion rings were a hit, I think.
Did
Um,
you did you grill the burgers?
We did. We brought out the grill for the first time this year.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Well done.
we're also going to do it on Thursday. I wish you could come over. We're going to do
See?
steaks.
Gosh.
We're going to do steaks, and I'm going to make a bourbon glaze, which I've never done before. But I've got lots of liquor. Kathy told me to use it. So, I mean, my wife told me to use it. You'll have to beep all these somehow, mute it on the edit. But yeah, she told me to use all this liquor, so I'm gonna make a bourbon glaze for these steaks. Hopefully, it turns out right.
Yeah, because we just got a whole bunch of steaks and things like that for our deep freezer, and we haven't brought up the grill yet. So when you're saying,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, we're gonna grill steaks," like, "Oh man, I can bring some over and we can
Yeah,
share and just
I know.
yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
our normal go-to, right?
yeah.
Whenever we
That's
get
what we
time off.
do. That's what we do. We don't go to bars. We don't go frivolous, whatever. We enjoy our time together. We hang out. We barbecue. We have our family time, and that's what we do. And so when we can't do that, it's really tough. But that sounds great, man. That sounds
Yeah.
really good.
So,
Oh boy, yeah.
so yeah, that was supper tonight. And like I said, I texted you before we were supposed to start earlier, and I got overly ambitious with the time and what I thought would take a while or not take that long, end up taking a lot longer than it should have. Just making the hamburger. We didn't buy hamburgers. I made it
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
just raw chuck. So
yeah. When you did the onion rings, do you have like a little deep fryer, like those Fry
I do.
Daddies?
I have a deep fryer. We bought it late last year sometime because I want to try. There's a recipe I wanted to try and still haven't tried it. But we've deep fried pickles. We've attempted cheese curds, and that hasn't worked. All the cheese melted right out. Um, fries. Uh, yeah, onion rings. I'm forgetting something. Corn dogs. We did some corn dogs. Um, yeah, so I told Kathy I wanted a deep fryer, and yeah, it's not as healthy as a air fryer or not frying at all.
Uh,
But I mean, sometimes you just got to go with what tastes good.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Good for you. That's
yeah,
awesome. That's awesome. No, what type of oil did you use?
peanut oil.
Peanut oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind like canola oil or vegetable oil. I just think it gives it not as good a flavor as peanut oil.
Sure, sure.
Um, it's just like a deeper flavor for the peanut oil than it is with the canola or the oil, especially canola oil. I don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, there's not a lot there. I think
Yeah.
with peanut you get more of the deeper texture
Hmm.
taste of the peanut itself, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you. So yeah, maybe we could ask the question to the people watching this, what are they doing to stay sane and
Yeah.
stay healthy, I guess. I mean, eating hamburgers and onion rings isn't the most healthy, but
It's
hey,
not the most healthy, but I'll tell you what, it tastes
it
damn
tasted
good.
damn good. There's nothing wrong with that. So I guess a question for our audience is, what are they doing to staying healthy, staying engaged, and all that? And I hope that they would add some comments in, and not only that, but with our friends, with B Ryan, that was the guy that was on our show last time, and then Submarine Bob and some other people that we normally interact with. You just see them on the Facebook or texting every now and then, and I don't know, there's just something missing. So maybe everybody can tell us on the comments about what they're doing and what they suggest, that if they have any talking points of our next Zoom virtual quarantine meeting, drinking with Jake episode, of what they would like to see, or maybe they would like to participate as well, and we could have them come on as well. I mean, that'd be an
I think that is a fantastic idea, is having multiple guests throughout all at once or throughout the episode.
yeah,
Um, because again, we need that interaction, and I think that a lot of uh, a lot of the issues that I'm having, and I'm sure you're having, and our wives are having, is we don't have that social outlet anymore. It's
yeah,
always seeing the same faces and
Yeah.
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 Not that I don't, not that
Nope.
I
Nope.
don't love my family, but I'm
Yep.
sick of their faces, and
Yeah.
I get to see only the same faces at work. So,
Yeah.
and again, I'm thankful for that outlet that I have that, a lot of people aren't able to go to work. They're not
Mhm.
essential employees. And I'm not really either. I make steam, for crying out loud. But the product that I make steam for has been deemed essential. So,
Sure. Yeah.
um, I'm thankful for that, even though I gripe about it. Because come on, who wouldn't want 12 weeks paid? I mean,
Yeah.
without having a baby, for crying out loud.
Yeah. No kidding.
Uh, so,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Awesome.
I'd be curious to find out what our friends are doing uh, to keep sane, to stay sane,
Yeah.
or just to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Not necessarily physically healthy, but to keep their brains healthy, because this
Yeah.
is just mind numbing.
Yeah. That's
Seeing
true.
the same four walls over and over again.
Yeah.
Um, I called my mom earlier this week and I asked her how she was doing, and she says she had to go out. She's a big craft lady, and so are my aunts, but she went to the different craft stores down where she lives, and I think only one of them was open, but she said she got tired of seeing X amount of walls, and she numbered the number of walls inside of her house, which means she counted them.
Yeah. It's time to get out.
It's time to move.
Yeah. It's time to
Time
do
to
something.
get out of the house, even if it is just to go to the backyard.
Yeah.
So, uh, but when this is all over, I think in addition to going out, I think I'm going to throw one of the biggest parties we've ever had.
Yes,
And invite
sir.
everybody I know, except for the people that I've seen the most. So sorry, work friends, you're out. Um, uh, I love most of you dearly, but no, I've
Yeah.
seen you enough
Yeah.
as it is. So I think I'm going to invite a bunch of people over, and we're just going to whoop it up, and we'll clear out my liquor cabinet.
Yeah. That's a great idea. I'll be there. Please
Damn right.
invite me. I'll be there because, yeah, even though you live just a few blocks down the road, we just can't do that. So, but yeah, anybody that sees this, anybody, you don't even have to be, one of our friends. Just let us know. Just check in with us and see how you're doing.
Yeah,
Give us some suggestions on what you'd like us to talk about as well, because we're all ears about, what you want to learn and find out, or ask us questions, or anything. So, the more interactive, the better. So if you're seeing this for the first time, this
welcome.
welcome. This is Drinking with Jake. I'm Jake. This is my
I'm
best
Mike.
friend, Michael. And yeah, I'm Michael.
I'm Mike. Don't forget me.
Don't forget me.
I'm only one of the two people on this screen, but don't
Yeah.
forget me.
So yeah, just check in. Let us know how you're doing. Check in where you're from. Just feel free to leave any comments of what you'd like. We'd love to hear from you, and then we might even bring you up on the next episode and talk about you too. About like we met this person
Absolutely.
from North Carolina, and invite you on the show, and we'll just have a conversation, because isolation, I think, is the toughest part of this whole situation
Oh, it's horrible.
of the isolation, and nobody, and it's unhealthy. So yeah, so that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to just check in with each other, because this is the first time Mike and I has actually seen each other since the stay-at-home order came into effect. We've texted
We've texted quite a bit. I mean,
quite a bit, just to make
uh,
sure we're still alive.
yeah,
But
you doing okay there, buddy? I
yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. It's like the Hunger Games over here.
We're like the Hunger Games, and we're both District 13.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. No, I told my wife, I said, I feel it's like it's the Thunderdome. And she goes, "What? Thunderdome?
it's a damn
Mad
shame.
Max?
I thought
Tina
that was
Turner?"
required viewing if you were a Gen Xer.
I thought so too. Like Thunderdome. I mean, one of the Tina Turner's hit songs, "Beyond
Right.
Thunderdome." I mean,
Two men
anyway,
enter, one man leave.
thank
Bust a
you.
deal, you face the wheel.
So
Uh,
I had to explain that situation. So we're going to be in the process of, watching Thunderdome sometime. But then before that, we have to watch Mad Max,
right.
which sets up Thunderdome. And
Well, you have to watch Mad Max and then Road Warrior,
good point. Good point.
and If you still have a VCR, I have all 3 on VHS.
I
Good
wish I
luck
did.
finding a VCR.
Yeah, sorry.
I have so many great movies on VHS. Why? I don't even know why I have them anymore.
I'm so sorry. I wish I did, but you know, with all the
I
excuse me for a second.
I why dirty a glass? Uh, I conned somebody out of those movies, and I say con. He asked me, yeah,
Con. Sorry,
con. No, he asked
wrong
me
con.
how much I would pay for it for this trilogy. I said $3, and he sold it to me. Okay, I'll take them. They're, I mean, look, they're B movies at best, right? I
Yeah,
mean, they're
sure.
not.
Yep,
None of them are Academy Award winners,
sure.
but Road Warrior, it shaped a lot of people. I don't think there's very many Gen Xers that didn't see that movie on Saturday afternoon on ABC or something, and then went to the movies to go see Beyond Thunderdome.
Hmm.
I mean, it's just so stupid, but yet that dystopian
Hmm.
story out in Australia just captures everybody's minds. Plus, it's not like Mel Gibson's hard to look at for the ladies. I
Right.
mean, he put some asses in the seats.
Yeah.
Uh, but they're just interesting stories. In fact, I like playing video games, as you well know,
Yes, sir.
and I'm playing a Mad Max video game.
Awesome.
It's a open world game, so there's lots to do, but you have to fight. You have to go and help all these different people, and they all have stupid names like Gut Gash and Stink Gums. I mean, and it's an older game, but it's still pretty fun. So I've been playing that lately. Um, but yeah, it's just those movies. It's like the Raiders of the Lost Ark or the Indiana Jones movies. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen the Indiana Jones movies, you haven't lived.
You're not an American if you haven't
You
seen
are
these
definitely
movies.
un-American.
That's right.
There are non-American people that love those movies.
Hmm.
If you're an American and you haven't seen those movies, shame on you.
You need to
Shame on
you
you.
need to get your stuff together again.
Get your priorities straight.
Get your act together. That's
Get your
right. I
eyes right.
agree. I agree.
Yeah. So, uh,
Well,
on another note,
on
unless
another note,
do you want to pause? You
no,
read
no, let's
something?
keep going.
No?
Let's keep going. No, we're good.
On another note, I finished Letterkenny.
Ah,
I figured out. I mean, I knew there he is. I figured I was the last episode when you find out the dirtbag was going to cheat on the sister. You figured that was going to happen.
yeah.
But it was nice to see that's how they ended the season, and um, hope I didn't spoil it for anybody. Um, but what a show! How are you now? Good, and you? You're two-ply, bud. I mean,
Yeah.
just all the
Texas Size 10-4. It is one of those shows that yeah, we talked about that last time.
yep.
It's so fast and so deadpan. I mean, I just laughed like crazy and I thought, you know what? If I could live my life the way I wanted to,
Oh,
that
I
would be
want to.
it.
That is one of the reasons I would. I mean, if I could find an actual town like that up in Canada, that would be the only reason I'd ever leave America.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, it's just hilarious,
Yeah.
and you know, more hands means less work, and you know, I mean, just such a good, funny show. No laugh track at all.
Yeah.
Everything's deadpan, very quick. You don't even realize it's a joke until it's already passed.
Right.
Wait a minute, that was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
And
so yeah, I finished.
they're just having conversations with each other. Like it's
That's
no
it.
big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I love that show. Love that
yeah.
show.
Your spare parts, ain't you, bud?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a Texas Size 10-4.
hard no.
Hard no.
So I got a new partner at work because of my schedule changing. But I got a new partner at work, and he is a huge Letterkenny fan.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, so we have that to talk about at least. So we have one thing in common right off the bat. But yeah, so I finished that, and I've started on season 3 of Ozark. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Did you finish it?
I finished it. Yeah. I think we
Wow.
did 2 days. I think it took us 2 days to finish it. It was
Wow.
awesome.
I told my partner at work the other, because I only watch Netflix at work. I know. What are the stupidest things I'm only going to watch it at work, Come on. Just a dumb thing I do. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. There's no point in it. Oh, look at the self-control I have. I only watch Netflix at work. So I told my partner, I said, I should get a medal. He says, what for? I said, for the restraint that I have for going back to work right now instead of watching this whole episode. It was so good. And I didn't want to tear my eyes away from it. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this week of work when I can finish watching the whole thing. I get to watch with my breaks. I get to watch an episode and a little bit of an hour-long program. So, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
Good for you. It's a great show. Jason Bateman,
Oh,
I
he's
think,
fantastic.
directs some of it. He's fantastic. Just the whole character development, and I'm not going to spoil it, but obviously wait till the end, the ending episode.
I bet.
I
mean,
I was frozen in my seat the last episode, and then the last 10 minutes of the last episode, I don't remember breathing. And then it just stopped, and I didn't know what to do with myself because I was literally paralyzed. Like, did I just see what happened?
now, are you a Walking Dead fan?
I used to be way back when. I caught the first seasons, but that's just way too much for me. It's over the top for me. But
Okay, I've been watching The Walking Dead.
Mhm.
I put it off for so long, and then I caught it on Netflix, and I caught up, and then I
Okay.
have for the last 3 seasons, at least 3 seasons, maybe 4. I've had to watch it like everybody else does on, wait until it comes out
Yeah.
every week. And, oh my gosh. So
All
one
right.
day is dedicated to watching Walking Dead, and then
Okay.
I have to get back into watching Ozark or whatever else I've been watching. But
Sure.
what a show. They've done some phenomenal things with that, because there was a couple seasons where it was, okay, this is boring, this is old. And I
Yeah.
think they lost a lot of viewers because of it, but they were just trying to build a story and just get through it. So
Okay. I'll
that's,
try it again. I'll try it again. I'll dip my toe in the water of The Walking Dead to see if the water is right on.
well, I mean, and uh, Jacob and, I'm sorry, man, my son and my daughter, apparently I'm not supposed to use their names, uh, have asked if they could use or jump on our Netflix account. And I said, sure, no problem. You
Sure.
just can't be on it when I'm on it, and that's usually not a problem since I only watch it at work. Uh, and so I told Jacob, damn it, I told my son that he could watch The Walking Dead. I said, if it's on network television, you can go ahead and watch it. They're obviously under 18, so I don't want them watching a bunch of
Right.
graphicness and gory stuff. So, but I said, if it's on network TV, you can go ahead and watch it. If it's, he has to think, would my mom appreciate this, or would my mom let me watch this? And if the answer is no, then you can't watch it.
Sure.
But so Walking Dead, I put that on there. I said you would really like this, because it tells a good story, and the zombies aren't really the whole focus. They're not the focal point of all the seasons. There's
Sure.
always that part of it, but you figure out that the real bad guys are the people that are living. So um, I like that show, and I've been trying to keep up with that. And then I told Kathy, my wife, that once, I know I'm horrible, aren't I?
Jeez.
So much for anonymity. I've told her that as soon as I'm done with Ozark, we're going to have a discussion about Disney Plus, because I do want to see The Mandalorian, and there's a lot of other
Yeah.
Marvel stories that I want to watch.
Yeah.
So
One last thing about TV, we have Amazon Prime. I don't know if you do as well.
yep.
A show that I started to watch. It's called Tales from the Loop.
I haven't heard of that.
It just came out about a few days ago. I think there's like 8 to 10. I'm sorry, my dog is off screen here and she wants attention, but it's really different. It's like a Twilight Zone type of show, but not scary, I guess.
Okay.
And it doesn't prey on fears. It's just really different.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the first couple episodes and I thought this is kind of interesting. It's I highly recommend it. I think you got to be in the right frame of mind to watch it.
Sure.
It's not scary. It's just different. It's about this small town in Ohio where different things happen to different people, and the writing is really good. The stories are really good. The first episode is really cool to kind of drag you in.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's kind of like a Twilight Zone type thing, but not scary. So I don't think I don't think that the kids won't be afraid of it or be scared of it, but it's worth a shot. And
Sure.
if anybody out there has seen it as well, let me know your thoughts about it because I kind of like it. It's about an hour long, and it's just different things. What do you call it? Not supernatural stuff, but things
Suspenseful.
that what's that?
Suspenseful.
Suspenseful things that happen that normally shouldn't, but it's a pretty cool story. It's a pretty cool show. So that's that. And then Bosch, that the season 6 of Bosch should be coming out. You remember
Man.
Bosch?
I'm not aware of that.
Oh my gosh. You know Bosch though, right? The TV show Bosch on Prime Video.
No.
Michael. Bosch. This is what we normally do, like when we're like in person. I'm like, Michael, let me tell you about this. I can't believe you don't know because you know more about this than I do. Bosch is about a detective in Los Angeles, the LAPD.
Okay.
And there's 5 seasons currently, but there's going to be a 6th one. And it's a cop show of this cop in LA. He's a detective. He has a partner. They solve crimes and unsolved crimes. BOSCH.
Okay, so like the tools.
I'm sorry?
Like the tools.
Like the tools.
Okay.
And it's this guy named Titus Gulliver. You'll know him when you see him. I didn't know the dude's name, but you'll know him when you see him because he's been in a few things. And he played, and you being from LA would fit. I mean, that's your backyard.
Oh yeah.
And check it out, man. It's a great show. And season 6 is coming up pretty soon, so I'm waiting for that. So Tales from the Loop is kind of the cleansing of the palate until Bosch season 6 comes out. So
Bosch and cleansing of the loop. Okay.
Tales from the Loop.
Tales from the Loop.
Yep, and then Bosch.
And Bosch.
I recommend Bosch first.
Okay.
And then Tales from the Loop, just kind of killing time. But you'll like Bosch.
Disney Plus is going to have to wait a little longer.
There's so much on Prime Video.
There's only, I only watch it at work, so there's only so much I can watch.
So check out Bosch season 1. It's like to set up the story on Bosch. His mom was murdered years ago. It's a cold case, but he kind of knows who did it, but he can't prove it. And it's all this background politics of the LAPD. And he's a detective, and he's a really cool guy, and you'll like it. You'll really like it. So
I'll give it a shot as soon as Ozark is done.
Yeah. So this is part of your watch list. I'm going to build a watch list for you.
You should, and text it over to me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then after you're done with this.
Yeah, then you watch this. So so that's that. So yeah, and anybody out there that have any other suggestions on what to watch and what they like during this interesting time of staying at home at all times, please, any suggestions, because I blow through these like, okay, one more episode.
Right.
And the next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock at night and you're 2 episodes away from the end of the series.
Well, I got to finish it. I'm at work.
Might as well. So anyway. Well, it's about 8:30. Should we wrap up for the meantime and then do this again some other time? What do you think?
That sounds great.
All right.
You want to? Okay, yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, unless you have anything else to share.
Not really. Just everybody needs to stay safe, keep your distance, and we'll get through this, and we'll go out and we'll have a good time eventually. But I'm hoping it's over when they say, when they first said. But if it's not, well, we'll be here. hopefully
Yeah.
every week or so,
Yep.
and at least putting out every content every week, so our fans will get what they want.
Yes. And I agree with Michael. And stay safe, stay at home, don't do anything, that would put your health in jeopardy. It's not worth it. We're going to be here too to try to keep everybody company and give our fans what we want.
Give them what they want.
And
More of us.
And then just as a side note, maybe when all this is said and over, we'll kind of go on location and do a drinking
Yes.
with Jake on location somewhere other than
Absolutely.
our homes.
We
So,
will definitely do that. We have big plans for these this drinking with Jake. Big plans. We've had discussions before all this went down, and we eventually will have a theme song, and my mom has already said she'll be a sponsor. So Mom, I'm looking at you. Be a sponsor. You said you would, so it's all on you now. Um,
awesome.
It takes money to make money, and we need money.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Seriously, we're broke.
Yeah.
First world problems. I can barely afford my internet. Oh, I can only afford Netflix and Amazon
Prime and
Prime and
Disney
Hulu.
Plus.
I had to cancel Hulu so I could get Disney Plus. Oh, how destitute we are.
Ah,
I
how
don't
am I
know
going to
what we're going
survive?
to do. So, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know either.
Yeah. So
So,
anyway, we have big plans. That's where I was going. We have big plans, but we need to get this through this thing, and then we'll be able to put those things into action.
yeah.
Uh, so back at you, Jake. Send
So
us out.
yep. Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you so much for being Michael. Great to see you. Glad that you're doing all right. Hanging in there. We'll keep texting, and everybody else that's out there, stay safe. Um, stay healthy. Let us know in the comments. Check in with us. See where you're up to. Check in, like where you're at, what you're doing, and we'll make sure that we respond to you in kind as well, just to make sure that we're all staying connected. And we'd love to hear from our fans about where they're at, what they're doing, and what they like about the show and what they want to see from the show, because it's all about us and it's all about you. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you all. Stay healthy. And until next time, this is Jake saying thank you for drinking with us tonight. Michael, cheers to you.
Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers to our friends, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you
Bye
again.
now.